Hello there, welcome back to my EU4 campaign playing as Qara Qoyunlu. I've just finished a couple of wars and I've got a bit of rebel faction issues. The most pressing one is the group of rebels in my land here in Qara, so I'm going to go up there and take care of them. But I've also got a bit of lack of manpower, so I'm juggling a few issues at the moment. So I'm just checking what these guys are up to. They're going to the right place. I want them to get a few numbers back first before I do take on these rebels. But I want to get my armies in place, so if they move to attack me, they'll cut the penalties. And I've got to wait a little bit to get some numbers up, I think, before I move into there. Oh, wait, they're moving out. And they're going to walk into to the Mazandaran troops. That's worked out well. They're going to lose. Excellent. Okay. Next pressing issue is down in Shat and Avaz. I'm going to start sending this army down there. And these guys. Wait, that's the main 4 years, 9, 18. Yeah, the Iraqis and the Mushashans are the biggest threat. They're drilling. Now I've got annexation still happening. Oh, lack of demand for Saturn. Tabriz has long lived off the locally produced Saturn, but lately they have been forced to sell their products at reduced prices. If this is due to the temporary whims of fashion or a more permanent change, it is hard to say, but it is clear that local trade is suffering. It's not very good. I'm still losing money, so I might just put a few. I've got 2 forts here. I might destroy this fort actually. No point having 2 forts right next to each other. Alright, so I've made it to this province. Where's Wazit? What if I send them to Wazit? Could that reduce numbers completely? It'd be good if it could. Not quite. I'll sort you guys around. Alright, so got a conversion done. I can make another state. So I'll do that now. Not a conversion, I did a Alright, so that worked. So any revolt here will reduce numbers created. Except the Iraqis are starting to get up there. Iraqis have got numbers kind of everywhere. I might move this guy to Baghdad. And see if I can't make that a 0 at least. The Iraqis have got a big group coming. Actually, I wonder, is most of this caused by war exhaustion? Is a big issue. If Iraq looks like it's going to fire which it has, I might just manually reduce war exhaustion. That solves that problem straight up. Okay. So that's solved a lot of problems. Excellent. I can get another tech. I can get military tech 6. probably isn't the worst thing right now. Influential Sheikh. A local Sufi order in Karbala has come to gain great popularity among the local tribesmen. This newfound fervour has led to a growing sense of unity and fervour among our warriors in the area, who are greatly taken in by this charismatic mysticism. I'm starting to get some actual legalism in place now. So I might say this is a front to all that is proper. Still losing money. Yeah, I'm going to start building a spy network in Asia. Alright, I'll take that military tech, why not? Nope. Integrating Karabakh. When a smaller country gives up independence to join a greater realm, there is a lot of adapting, and while some parts are easy, the administration of the realm will still need to expand to accommodate all possibilities. Okay, so it gets me 5 prestige for the annexation. It gets me 3 units. Not over my unit limit now, am I? Nope. So that's now part of my land, which is good. Now, military tech. Miltech 6 is the arquebus. Although hand cannons had been developed in China in the 12th century and had spread to Europe by the 14th, the weakness of these weapons reduced their battlefield utility. Light and reliable arquebus was able to displace bow due to 3 main factors. It had better armor penetration, it was easier to train men to use it, and it did not rely on the strength of the user. There's a few bonuses here. Improvement to military tactics, infantry fight, infantry shock, combat width is increased. I can build a barracks and I've got a new cavalry unit, so let's get that new cavalry, the Shea Benedict cavalry in play. Got a loan still. That's alright. Fairly certain my army maintenance is hurting me because of the fact that these armies aren't full strength yet. I think once that happens, it should fix a few of the problems. I might actually delete. Oh no, I won't. Then 1 there and 2 there. To remind myself what I need for Persia. I need to start attacking Fars. And these guys, the Mazadandaran, whoever they are. Still got the Ottomans as an ally. I don't know if the Timurids or the Timurids aren't happy with me anyway. There's not many good allies in this part of the world, unfortunately. Harvest failure. The spice harvest in one of our spice-producing regions has failed, although not badly. However, production will be reduced due to this. This is not ideal. Now, apart from the Ottomans, I'm lacking a good ally for this part of the world. The Timurids would be good if they can sort their stuff out, but they're also a rival. That doesn't really work for me, does it? They're not needed there anymore, so I might move them that way, them down there. I've almost got all my rebels under control. Now my big issue is Religious unity is struggling. Dhimmi building restrictions. Under Islamic law, non-Muslims face a number of restrictions on the construction of new buildings in urban centres. Their houses were not to be taller than those of the Muslims, and are not permitted to construct new centres of worship, only to maintain those which already existed. In practice, these rules often went unenforced, but as our realm shifts further towards a legalistic interpretation of Islam, key members of the ulema are beginning to call for their stricter implementation. Well, I want to keep going towards legalism. Gives you a bit more loyalty to the ulema. I will enforce the letter of the law. Okay. Yeah, my missionary power isn't great. Which obviously I do get from mysticism, but I need the money. I'm still bleeding money. What if I close the fort in Baghdad? I'm going to close up all my forts actually. I think I need them right this minute. That's a new button. Slacken recruiting standards. I gained 5,000 manpower but lose professionalism by 5. Oh, this is unprofessional. This is a new thing for me. The Armenians are getting up there. That's fine. I don't mind that. Regain manpower when disbanding. That's pretty cool. Okay, so obviously the... It's not great timing. Obviously the more army professionals you have, the better the army performs. Uprising just occurred, which wasn't great, but it's not the end of the world. They're going to take control of that land. Oh, it's got a fort. That's upsetting. I just cancelled that fort. Now I've got to siege that down. Let's try and surround these guys a little bit. They're bailing out. Into another area. That's upsetting though, because they're in a high defensive area. I wonder if the same thing might happen. Maybe they might leave and walk into someone else's army again. That'd be pretty good. Be good for me. So I really gotta get my war efforts back on track. Okay, they are pulling out. I'll move my army in. Hopefully someone else will take them out for me. We'll build one more troop just to get even numbers. So now I'm going to lose lots of numbers for this siege, unfortunately. Where's the Ottoman army that's walked by? Okay, got that land back, and they're now in a good defensive spot. So if they do choose to try and attack me, they will suffer the penalty for it. Another loan, that's upsetting. Here they come. Can I quickly? No, I can't. I might need to pull out of this siege if they don't win, but they will. Okay. We should do another war on Armenia. Not another war, maybe we should do a war there, get them back under a bit less control. Actually be useful. That has been the most exciting episode ever, but oh, HRE's gone to the Palatinate. That's interesting. Still got money issues. Religious unity, I've got to get that sorted. The other option, where is it? To change to Sunni. Changing to Sunni might not be the worst idea either, because that's the same religion as the Ottomans. I don't know. There's the siege back. Be good to be able to attack Asia without having the no guy get involved. I'm going to take a claim on Ardalan. We'll start with that. I think Armenia's got no allies, so I might start looking at them. Missions. So I only got one. Oh, I need a second ally to get that other mission to pop. I'm looking for diplomacy. So I've only technically got one alliance, so I do need a second alliance. National Ideas 5, I'll grab that. Which is, it is National Ideas, is Admin Tech 5. Choosing the direction a country is going to take is perhaps the toughest choice a ruler will ever face. National ideas are the concepts that will shape our country for years to come. So it gets me my first group of ideas, and production efficiency is increased by 2%. Okay. Now, at the moment, I'm kind of swimming in military tech. So I'll probably take a military idea. Question is, which one? I always like quality. But quantity could be handy for manpower alone. Quality kind of falls apart in the middle when the sea stuff comes involved. Defensive I don't really want, because hopefully the Ottomans will be my defensive. Siege ability 20% is good for offensive. Aristocratic's pretty good as well, though. I might go quantity, though, just at the moment, due to my issues with manpower. Then again, it's always a tough choice. I do love quality. Actually, I might change my mind. I might go aristocratic. Yep, let's do it. Aristocratic it is. I'll take my first idea, the noble knights. Supporting cavalry requires an economic system that produces a large number of surplus horses. If we were to guarantee the privileges of a noble class, not only would they be much happier, they would do much of the work to produce the needed horses. Our court fool described it as service guarantees serfs. So it reduces cavalry cost and increases their ability by 10%. I think that's pretty good. We still have too many forts. So I might close up. Oh, that. He's mothballed. They're all mothballed. Need some more. And I'm just struggling with my maintenance at the moment. The Ottomans want access. I'll give that to them. Obviously, I don't want to upset the Ottomans. And I think for now that will do this episode. So it wasn't overly exciting. It was more of a just getting my nation under control again, which I think I have done to an extent. There's a few issues still, but nothing overly grand. So with that, I will end this episode here. Next time I hopefully get a little war underway. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate the support, and as always, hope to see you next time. Take care out there.